Interesting, Imran Tahir was none for 40 off 6 overs, and the next 3 overs have brought him 2 wickets for 15 runs.
Mixing it up nicely, Tahir, in the spell. He's used a lot of googlies and flippers out the front of the hand.
.260 for 5.
As an entrepreneur, aren't you tired of high fees, infinite bank visits, and tons of paperwork for overseas business payments? Introducing Instantnem. Send money at market rates. Same rates you see on Google, and enjoy a network of 8,000 banks. With same-day transfers and multi-currency payments, I keep my business partners, my suppliers, and employees happy. It's secure, seamless, and cost-effective. Get your business on Instantnem and go global.
A round of applause for Imran Tahir as he goes down to his fielding position on the boundary. 2 for 57. I think he'll take that, given the pitch has offered excessive spin or assistance to him. Peshawar.
Have a look at South Africa. It's last World Cup. Death overs been fairly expensive. Bangladesh, the opposite, haven't really been able to kick on the last 10 overs of innings. Power hitting has been an area of weakness for them. We've done a lot of talk about the short pitch bowling in this year's competition, and this is the period, South Africa's most successful period. They had very square fields and opted for the back of the length and the short pitch approach. You can see it worked for them as well. Bowled without mid-offs and mid-ons, and carried extra catches, and they were able to just bring themselves back into the game. Morris and Rabada in particular operating well in that period. It's going to be interesting to see if they keep the same approach going into the last 4 overs, where you expect Morris and Rabada to operate best. Should they stick to that style of bowling, or do they decide to go more for the Yorker approach with the odd short ball? I think they'll stay with that approach.
Nowhere near where it was intended to go for Mossadegh, but again, We've seen this often throughout the day in the early half of the innings. Welcome boundary fortuitously.
Didn't play that well, so maybe that will set the tone for the next couple of overs to come.
And to the big side of the ground, Smithy, I think there's a slight advantage of maybe 4 meters or so to the leg side as Mossadegh stands now. That's an advantage you want to use if you can as a bowling team. Gets that one down the ground. There's no mid-on. It's that unique field. 271 for 5. Man is fairly wide straight with a deep backward square to field that Graham Smith was talking about. Mortaza can strike it. Mehidy Hassan is not bad. Shaifuddin slotted to come next.
Let's think about from a South African perspective as well. You know, coming into this tournament, spoke about the ability with the bowling being huge strength. Now found themselves with 2 injuries and staring down 300 for the second time in this year's competition. So du Plessis will have lots to consider. Otis Gibson, more of a bowling coach as well.
See what the field looks like. Right of that graphic, 4 deep fielders on the leg side. And just a sweeper beyond the circle on the left of it. Not changing it now. Third man drops back. Deep mid wicket comes up. So just from a viewing perspective, dropping back that third man, how does that, I suppose, allow Rabada to operate differently to Mossadegh as opposed to Mahmudullah?
Yeah, more out leg side to Mahmudullah. They're protecting that leg side boundary, the short boundary. Let's be more back of a length into the chest, neck. Mossadegh, as we see a change up from Rabada. So mid-off comes into the ring. That sort of dictates maybe more the length that he'll be bowling with the third man going back. We haven't seen this grip in the surface that we saw in the England game.